Good afternoon. No.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my project officer.
Really?
Yes.
See, I'm time conscious.
I know. I know. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm serious with everything that I do. That's how I've been dragging you all along.
I know. I know. In fact, without you, I don't know what as I've done. I'm just confused all over the whole place.
I don't think this meeting would have taken place, honestly, if I hadn't done what I did.
I saw her last night up to last minute. You were fighting. I said, "Oh God, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." I know.
It's good.
Yes. Yes. Um. Oh, Madame Nora is with us. Thank you very much, Nora, for coming. Okay, so I think not
Hi, sorry, I've just sent you guys a message. I'm at work, so
okay. Thank you
but
guys.
I'll be listening. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thanks, bye.
Welcome, Laura. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. What do I say now? So, are you going to chair, or who will be the host? Is the host that we're going to chair the program?
It's you who's gonna host it,
Okay.
Stevie.
Yes, I know. Well, it's rather unfortunate we did it in the haste. We didn't get enough professionals on the line. At least you have done a lot of programs concerning bereavement, COVID-19 bereavement, and associated programs which affects our people. Normally, it has to do with mental health, how we console our people during this hard period. We know normally what happens if somebody is bereaved. Is a natural phenomenon which happens to all of us. There's no standard procedure in which people actually commiserate with people who are bereaved. It's just that we Africans, we have a way of consoling our people when it does happen. COVID-19 has been so particular this year because it's not making a choice. And quite often in our community, I know of 4 or 5 family friends who were the breadwinners of their own family, working as frontline staff, who passed on. They had just left Italy and France, and came and joined the system here. And we're doing. One was a nurse, two support workers, and 2 carers. They contracted this disease at work, brought it back home, and unfortunately, because of their health conditions, they have they had they had health conditions, these critical conditions which when contacted by the virus, it escalates, and the survival percentage is very minimal. So unfortunately, most of them didn't make it. I was also a victim. I caught it. My wife went to work because she's a nurse. She went to work, brought it home.
Mm.
She she is still young, and because she is healthy, so she fell down for about, I think, 8 days and recovered. My kids took it within days. We were able to manage it at home, but when the thing got to me, with my own complications with high blood pressure and diabetes, I almost went. In fact, I used to weigh about 125 kilograms. Before, in fact, within 10 days, I went down to about 75 kilo.
Wow.
I was unable
Wow.
to. I was unable to eat even a banana.
Hmm.
So I'm talking from a very personal experience, which is something. In fact, COVID-19 is not something you wish for an enemy.
Yeah.
And to today, the trauma remains with me. So my presentation is more or less from a personal point of view, as somebody who's been a victim, though not bereaved as per se. Yes, yes. So
Oh, that's really,
yes,
oh, that's powerful actually, to learn that you actually went through this disease.
yes. I went through, and believe me, to date, I haven't. I haven't recovered. I still have that trauma, I fear.
Yeah.
Wherever I go, I must make sure whatever thing other people are touching, am I having globes? I'm just too conscious of what is happening. So I can imagine the effect on other people. You know, I'm just too careful now. I think that's a trauma. In fact, to some extent, I exaggerate. Sometimes I wash my hands more than 20 times a day, even when nothing happens. So, and then experience which I've gotten to on the field while doing work has been so touching. Most of these families who left from Europe and came here to integrate into the system, and unfortunately, most of the frontline staff, most of their family members, the breadwinner, were frontline staff workers in the healthcare sector and so on, and they all passed on. They only received phone call. They were not even opportune to see their loved ones, their parents or their mother, before they were taken to crematorium or where to roast them off. So it's really traumatic, you know. And then the effect of this bereavement is so devastating that they have not been used to. For instance, the social benefit system here, you must have been here for quite a while, and then you work, and you have record within the job center. You must have worked somewhere, contributed in your NI. So now most of them do not are not qualified on benefits. They can only compensate through some other stuff. So most of the families are being helped now, and then their wife that were not, first of all, used to the system, because their men came first before their wife joined them. They have children to cope with, children to take to school to integrate themselves. Because first of all, you must get yourself integrated. You know how to look for work. You get to, otherwise doing health or whatever. So it is not easy with these families. And then worse is the family with who are having children with disability. While on the field, I discovered another, can I call it another area that needed support. If you have disabled kids, among the disabled kids, you have the ones that are healthy. Those ones that are healthy, they're going to school, they need to go to school. The disabled ones are able to go to the disabled or challenging, those with challenging behavior are able to go to special schools, yes. But those who are going to, who are physically fit, I'm sorry, they have to go to the normal school. The normal school these days is becoming something else. It's not normal. A child cannot go to school 1 month without being sent home for 1 week because a child has been diagnosed with COVID in their class. The whole class is sent off. So it has become a routine now that children must prepare back home to study online. Their teachers now, once the children are sent back home, the teachers now give their assignments through online, and they are supposed to access this assignment, do it, and send it back to school with the help of their parents.
Yeah.
So
I think that's where the other challenge is. I've noted 2 things that you have said. It's for the disabled families with disabled kids. I find it very hard if their special schools are closed. Most of them, their special schools are closed, or they are told one child has got COVID, so they can't come in.
Yes.
And these kids, children with autism, they are used to their routine.
Yes.
If they know that this is supposed to be school, it's hard for you to tell them that, no, you can't be going to school, you have to stay here. They keep asking, Mom, I want to be in school. Why is it that I can't be in school? And I think for the family, for the parents as well, it was good when the schools were open, because they had a break. You need a break from parenting, like even disabled.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, when we're locked up with children during this lockdown, it was terrible because the rate of consumption in my house multiplied.
Even option. But
Noise. Noise.
you know, they keep coming to you. Oh, mom, I'm bored. Oh, mom, what do I do?
Yes.
Oh, mom, what's gonna
Yeah.
happen?
They,
Oh, mom,
they keep going to the open the fridge.
I tell you.
constant.
Keep
So,
checking the fridge, yeah.
yeah, you have to be shopping, you have to be doing this. So
Yeah,
for families with disabled kids, I think that is the challenge. You
Yes.
don't have a break. They're not having a proper break from
Yes.
parenting. They have their kids 24/7 and they
Yes.
have to entertain them. They have to do stuff with them, but there's no time for self-care. That
Yes.
is where the other challenge is.
Yes.
And then the other thing that I picked up from what you're talking about, Stephen, is about helping kids with their homework.
Yes.
We were schooled in Africa, out there in Africa, and our syllabus was quite different. When they are doing their maths, when they're doing whatever they're doing, it's all quite different. But teachers are expecting to give you these homeworks, whatever, and expect you to help the kids.
Yes.
How do you help the kids?
Yes.
It depends whether the parent has got a bit of education to lie back on, but some parents actually struggle with helping these kids with their homework.
I know. And the worst aspect of this school thing is it's not even whether the parents are able to help the kids or not. It is the children, do they have access to internet, computers or laptop to do the homework?
Yeah.
Somebody with children, maybe 2, 3, 4 kids in the house, you got benefit, as I was saying, benefit, most of the income, those who receive benefit, the money is barely enough to feed.
Yeah.
So how do you get a laptop like this one or computer or iPhone to use? So most of them do not have any iPhone.
Yeah.
Or internet.
And you know, for 6 kids, these schools were expecting them to be actually engaged, say, for several hours. Like they would say their school time is between 10 and 3. So
Yes.
each of these kids must have their own gadget. Like if it's a laptop, they can't use just one because they're in different grades. So you need 6 laptops so that this one goes for their class, into their class. This one goes into their class. This one goes into their class. And it makes it hard for the parents. And like you're saying, parents who can't afford to be buying 6 laptops for the same house.
Yes.
How do they manage?
Yeah. Can I just say something?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very true, and that's good observation about children who's got some disability. I'll give you an example. There's this lady who's got a child in care, and this child, because she's got that routine that the mom will visit him every week, and because of the lockdown, that visit has been stopped, and that has caused a lot of problems for that child. So the impact of COVID is really affecting people. Some people, like you're saying, Stephen, have lost their loved ones back in Africa or wherever they come from, and they have not had that closure to visit and say their goodbyes, and that is killing people. So the people are affected by COVID being ill, and mentally also affected by COVID by the fact that they are not able to say their goodbyes, to grieve properly with their families. Yeah. So it's quite disturbing, and you can imagine in a few years' time what's going to happen. Mentally, people will be suffering mental problems.
Yes, yeah, especially the parents, who are go for all this.
Yes, yeah.
So we have a new trend of life to be able to see how we can parents looking after kids, especially mothers. They need a lot of support to cope with supporting the family.
Yes. So Stephen, I just want to say, because I said I support widows, isn't it?
Yes.
That is my main group is widows of substance. So I support most of the women a lot of women who've lost their husbands.
Yes.
It's been quite a challenging time for us as a group. Like from when this pandemic started, I'm telling you, Stephen, we in our community alone, we have days when we have like 2-3 husbands passing away on one day.
Yes.
And we have people wanting to join our group, like every day we have people wanting to join our group. It is very hard for us to actually support these women who are going through such, these are sudden deaths. Their husbands were well, they were walking about, they were going for work, and then they were taken ill, like might be overnight, and they died. Or might be they're going to hospital and never come back. And like you're saying, we have our own traditional way of mourning. Like in us, for us in our Zimbabwean community, what we are normally used to do when someone passes away, we go to their house, to console them, to comfort them, and we make sure at all times there are people there throughout the funeral. Say for a week, for 2 weeks, we make sure in that house people are walking in, they are cooking, we are taking foodstuffs there, we are doing whatever we are doing. But come this pandemic, we've been told we are under lockdown, we are in tier 4, we are not allowed to be visiting anyone. It is that impact that is also bad. Like people are not able to congregate and sympathize, empathize, and commiserate with each other, which is proving to be a challenge.
Yes.
And then again, for families as well, there's no closure. Like if your brother died, your sister died, there's no closure because you are not allowed to go and mourn them properly. And to you, like I'm saying, our traditional way is to go there and cry until you pass out or whatever. But now we are not able to go there and cry. We can't even see, like, go for body viewing, see our relative in the coffin. This is what we normally do. As they go and are laid to rest. So it is also impacting on some of our customs, our which we really believe are very important, are a very important part of our mourning process, that we need closure, we need to be together, we need to mourn together and do this thing together. But now we are unable to do that. And it's something that is really, really causing a lot of mental health issues and trauma in our people.
Yes. So I'm really glad we are all conversant. We are all conversant to this important topic. We are all used to. It's like all of us are specialists in it, so much so that we have something to contribute. I would like you, as our organizer and mentor, to see how you can bring all the groups together, so that we select one training day to get more ideas. That would impact each and every group leader or group members to be able to spread the new information, new discovery, how to cope. Sometimes you make a call to a bereaved family, and instead of them maybe even listening to you, what you're about to tell them, you see them always they start weeping, they start giving you things that they need. But you are there, you cannot support financially, you cannot support with material things. Maybe what you can offer is, okay, I can give you food and give you food, but they give them special. Like I've been to many places, they say, look, the food we have is can sustain. Or what we need is a laptop, a second-hand laptop, to let children access homework with internet. We need a TV. Our TV got broken. I said those ones, we've not got funding for them, but I would look around and discuss with relatives, friends, to see if there's any old TV, and then I'll go to bring it to people. So sometimes we go an extra mile because of the humanity in us, the brotherhood, to go to reach out. So I would like to suggest that in the days ahead or next year,
Yes, yes.
You try to bring all the groups together, so we'll discuss on this type of common topic. It doesn't matter what somebody's project is, but this is something that affects all of us. And of course, so yes, bereavement and trauma, either through COVID or through normal life.
Thank you very much, Stephen, for that suggestion. You are not the first person to have actually said that to me. I have Margaret as well, from Men Also Do Matter, who has also approached me and said that she believes the movement is gonna be stronger and more powerful and more impact if I brought all the groups that are under me and we have like a one so that we don't have each group having their own meeting, but we bring all the groups together, and then we have speakers like, so it will mean that we have speakers from each of the leaders of the group. So we have those speakers, and then we have question time, or people who want to also contribute to the meeting. It's something that someone has already asked me to do, and I think I need to action it.
That is correct. That's correct, because there's also a Rainbow Care that is about to engage your services. They are here with me also with today's mental health and trauma. Talking about this bereavement and so on, because teamwork is what is very important here in this community activities.
And like for future fundings, because what we are doing, we are sitting there and discussing the challenges that we are facing as a community, and that, so that when we go for future funding, we actually know what are the problems.
What to put down.
Yeah, what are the problems and what are the issues that we want to solve in our community. Because as long as we are just one, maybe we are duplicating things. Maybe we are not understanding what the needs of our communities are. So I think it's a good idea that we bring everyone together, and then after bringing everyone together, then we. So I don't know what date were you thinking about?
No, like today is a working day. I mean, many participants didn't take place because they are working. I think weekend could be ideal to most people. Okay. And then this meeting was so prompt because you work so hard so that we'll make it happen this year.
No, I wanted you. I was thinking that ask Nora. Nora also had a meeting the same way. Like, I like you guys to actually be having this meeting, this awareness workshop. So when I find you like you are not moving at the pace that I want you to move, I'll force you to the situation.
I know. I remember you said, Stephen, send me the program, send me the project title. I was, oh my God. I said, do it for me. He said, no, you won't have to do it.
And I was going, send me the pictures. I was saying, send me the picture, send me the title, send me
I know. In fact, we really need you as a project officer. It's now I'm seeing the road.
Yes.
I'm seeing the road.
So I'm that person who likes things to happen. I'm not that person who, I don't like to just talk about things. I talk about things and action them. That's why I was after you. That's why I was after.
Like Nora. Now we are in one community. We're in one community in Yardley together now.
Yeah.
And
we want you guys to thrive. We want you to actually support the people who we are talking about. So that's the reason why I want things to happen. I want you to do things. That's why I went to you and I said, I want the topic, I want the people, I want everything with me. So now we want a date. When do you think we should be doing our next one?
I don't. I'll have to consult with my members to know when in January. But like I was saying, instead of maybe picking because if you have like 5 group or 10 group under you perhaps it will mean picking 10 days. I would suggest you can kind of bring us up to discuss like under one group, but we still kind of pay your fees. but then it will not be holding it individually. It will come as a group, but each one still register so that we have one flyer.
What we can do, Stephen, is we have this one group, the collaboration, but in your own groups, you have, say, one mental health awareness workshop for your own group.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
So
Good.
that's how it's gonna work. We have a collaborative thing, but then you are also go out into your own individual groups, and then you do your mental health awareness workshop, which is actually geared towards the people who you support. Like
who you support, of course, which is different from other people. Yeah, you're right.
Because you are supporting different people. With people who support men, we have people who support professionals. We have people who support disabled people. So you go into your own groups and have your own mental health awareness workshop, say once a month, and then we have this collaborative one once a month. So we have two meetings a month, which is good. Yeah.
It is understood. We'll do it that way. I'll consult with my members and I keep you posted.
Yes. So tell me when it's ideal for you guys to actually have. I would have thought mid-January was gonna be a good time for us to do it.
Yes. Like I said, I will consult with my members and they will tell, so that we'll make the flyer and at least give people time to plan ahead of time, to give people enough space to plan. So I would like to open the floor for anybody who wants to say something, because I would not like to keep you guys up to an hour. I would like this meeting to be as brief and short as possible.
And also, I always like my things to be in an hour, because you want to talk about things that people will remember afterwards. The longer it is, the more people forget. It just goes on and on and on and on. So 1 hour is good, even for the meetings that I sit for the council, and anyway meetings I've sat on different panels. We just do in an hour, and boom, we are done.
You're right. So it's good I'm recording it. I'll make sure I forward the recording to every member, so that we're to use that to remember all the topics that we all the ideas. So I think I'll open the floor to anybody who has anything to contribute on this topic. More will be coming. We'll be thinking about more and contributing while we kind of run up.
Especially what we want to know is the personal experience of people around this COVID-19. Like what you did, you talked about yourself and the challenges and what have you. It would be nice to have more people actually talk about their experiences and what they found hard.
Yes. Who is on? Beatrice?
There's someone whose iPhone. I don't know whose iPhone.
Okay.
Whose iPhone?
Beatrice. Okay. Oh yeah, it's Hannah. Yeah. It's Hannah. It's my assistant manager.
Yeah. All right. But there's someone else, because there's you.
In fact, she's at work. She cannot contribute. I'm sorry for that.
All right, that's fine. That's right. Yeah. So I thought the iPhone was gonna.
So Hannah and Nora are at work. They cannot contribute. So we have only Beatrice. Okay, Beatrice. Anything? Your microphone is on. What are your personal experiences like healthcare professional on the field? You have a lot to tell us.
Yeah.
No, as somebody did mention before, like with this pandemic period, where I'm working in a disability home, which the family, they do visit every week, but with this COVID-19, there's this closure which they can't visit anymore. So there's one that keep saying they want to go home, keep going towards the door or the gate. They want to go home. So they have this So they have this mind that every week they have family to come in, but since they can't see any family again, it's a routine. So
yeah, it affects them psychologically. That is wonderful.
It affects them.
It is happening. It's happening, especially those with dementia. There's no way you can explain to a family member who is confined in the care home or in the supported living place and tell them, look, there's COVID-19 or we have to respect social distance. They don't understand. All they tell you is that
that's so agitated.
I know. It's a wonderful experience.
And then, like, if you have to give someone personal care and that sort of thing, that social distancing 2 meters thing, it doesn't work. Even when you have to be feeding people and that sort of thing, that social 2 meter. So you find there are a lot of challenges, like in the health and social care system, there are a lot of challenges of trying to navigate these regulations as far as they are concerned with your work. Yeah.
No, for sure. Even though in the health and social care setting, they give you all the masks, face covering, you have all the apron stuff and so on. Yeah, there's very little that we can do. Only pray to divine power to help, because when you are feeding some of the people, when you are feeding them, and of course you can get contaminated even through feces. You are cleaning them if you are not extremely careful. Through feces, or they spat sometimes on you, they're angry, they spat on you. It's only that you need to be well, and that comes now with the use of PPE. We should never neglect it. Those who are actually at the frontline staff working having contact with the service users must make sure they are fully equipped.
Yes.
And there is something which I can say medically, we do not know how whether it's only through breathing that one can actually get contaminated. Maybe even through our body. Feces can touch our body, or urine, and it penetrates through our pores. We don't know all that. That's why, yes.
And then again, Stephen, it's also to do with this, like, if people really feel ill, they shouldn't go in for work. We find that in our community, because we have a lot of bills, we have Africa to think about, and everywhere. At times, people force themselves when they are not very well to go in for work.
You are right there, but I want to tell you that this COVID-19 has developed now and has developed a new trick. There are some people who are actually positive but are healthy career.
Yeah, the careers,
So if you are not tested, if you don't go for a test, you move around distributing to people who are vulnerable or whose system are weak without knowing.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Marvin. I was tested positive. I was so healthy, no symptom, nothing at all, until I was tested positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in Beatrice's case, you can imagine how many people must have. I'm not saying there's probability, but what I'm saying is, people who are vulnerable, whose system are weak, whose immune system are not strong, could have gotten contaminated by her without knowing.
Exactly. But then that one is not Beatrice's fault.
Yeah.
That one is now the government response to the whole thing, that they need to put into action what they said, that they are testing and tracing. Yes. That all the frontline workers, that they need to be regularly tested. And so that one, I don't think it's up to an individual's, it's the government that needs to make it available for people to get tested.
Yeah, and of course, some care home and some places now, they are putting in place a testing mechanism where people get regularly tested. Frontline staff get about 2 or 3 times a week. Just testing to make sure they're healthy, which is which I think is good.
Every week,
which is good.
Yeah.
So we do hope that with the government policy and most of the WHO regulations coming in place, they will find a common ground, which I mean, that goes down to the vaccines. In America, people are still skeptical about the role of a vaccine. We have a lot of theories coming on.
No, myself, I'm skeptical myself. It's not only in America. Yeah.
So most of what, especially
a lot is going on. We've been receiving so many different types of videos. Don't take this, all this. So we don't know what to do ourselves. Even from the doctors, you do have messages. They imagine that if you hear a doctor said, "I won't take a vaccine," and then who are you to take a vaccine?
Yeah, it is becoming politicized, where you see head of states, President-elect Joe Biden goes on the air to take it and so on and so on. Then, as soon as these things happen, where they want to set like an example, like role model, so that people would follow and emulate such gestures. But then you still have people who will go on air and say, "Look, that is conspiracy." Those who are promoting conspiracy theory. They say, "Look, forget about it. What they injected there was not COVID-19. It was something else."
Wow, so, you even had human beings.
Yeah,
human beings, they bring all together to make the vaccine. So
we just pray that there should be a common ground where something, where we get a solution. Because if not, believe me, Bame family would all get finished, because I can tell you that 75% of people Bame community are involved, are frontline staff. They're involved with this care, health and social care service and so on. So much so that they will be the first. I don't know whether they will be allowed to get vaccinated first, or they'll bring in policies that if you don't get vaccinated, maybe you'll not even use an airline. I don't know what will come in place, but we just hope the best will be put in place so that it minimizes our contamination.
Yeah, I think it's all to do with the government also had to actually find a way of disseminating information out into the community, their position, and what. I think they shouldn't just rely on the news, just on the news, but they should have other ways of disseminating information, their position, and explanations of some of these things, so that people are informed. I think it's all to do with people not being informed, and when they're not informed, anyone can come with any form of information and just feed people with the information. So it's another way that the government needs to also react. It needs to actually send out the information to the grassroots.
Yes. I think you're right. You're right. And then those of us, not everyone is privy to most of these informations. For instance, most people rely only on what TV says. Most people rely on Facebook. Most people rely on what WhatsApp says. What so, and then
so Stephen, personally speaking, I can go for a week or 2 weeks without watching the news, or even a month without watching the news. So if they just rely on going on BBC and standing there and talking about COVID-19, then they are missing out on a lot of people.
Yes.
The young people, I don't think they watch BBC. So they need to find other ways of sending out their messages as far as this COVID-19 is concerned, so that everyone becomes informed and we all make informed decisions.
Yes. But believe me that the government is nobody. Government is us. Those of us who are looked upon as leaders of groups, we also have that responsibility to fish out the correct information and send it out to the field. So it is one of our commitment to go to know what is right and what to tell our audience or the people we work with. For instance, just imagine.
Also have like workshops with with health professionals like the GPs, the people who are in the front line, like the ones who are actually treating this COVID-19. Where we should have an audience with them, and they should be explaining to us, what's going on.
That now it has just given birth to a project from what we are talking now, there's a new project which you need to jot it down now to see how our group can invite health professionals who are aware of the policies to have some sort of workshop with us.
Yeah, GPs, people with knowledge of vaccines, you know, the scientists who research on vaccines, the nurses who are the healthcare assistants who are actually looking after people with COVID-19 and that sort of thing. They are the people that we need to actually come and disseminate information, you know, because they are working in the field.
That is true. That is true. And that is a project concept I would like you to promote so that we see how we can reach out and get it promoted, because it's very important. Information, how would we get information from what source so that we help, because by the time we get the rich information, it will enable us to disseminate to our various audience, including our volunteers and those who are taken care of. Because by the time we send out wrong information and it gets to the people, they too will take it and spray it out, and it spread like wildfire.
It does. False information spreads. You know, right. So yeah, we've had a very fantastic meeting. Actually, it's good.
So in about 10 minutes, we'll be running up. As I say, we'll just make it snappy. 1 hour, we'll cut it off. While we're waiting for other people to contribute, give in other contributions, I just want to thank. It was a fantastic. I call it Fantastic Five. You guys, you guys were able to abandon all what they're doing. Those who are listening from work, just to make sure we have it. I do appreciate and thank you guys very much for this short timing. In fact, our project officer Mavis made it happen. Up to about 10 midnight yesterday, she was still working to make sure. He said the flyers is anything to modify. I said put the head here, cut the leg is tall, rub the oil here, push the bread, put it into. I said no. Push that one first. Send it ahead. We'll modify the flyers in the days ahead and still publish.
I thought that I wasn't gonna get anywhere if I let you like be going on and on. So that's why I said it's got to happen. I need a Zoom link.
I do appreciate. In fact, on behalf of my group, I want to thank you for pushing us and dragging us along with you. And of course, all the members who have attended the Zoom meeting. Even though it was at short notice, I want to appreciate and thank you guys for your time, and look forward for us to have brilliant exchanges, brainstorm, and good ideas so that we all learn from each other. I do appreciate very much.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you for actually putting that idea into me. You are the one who said, I want it to happen in December.
And of course, I think I will not end this Zoom without thanking our funders, the community lottery, the government, and all the other associated affiliates that have been able to support this COVID-19 project, support us to reach out to those who are in need in the field. This 2020 was really fantastic for them to use us as ambassadors to help a lot of people, put smiles on their faces. And of course, we have also in the our Yardley community that is taking care of us in our community in Sheridan. We have a Yardley forum too, which they too help us a lot. And of course, it's like a family. We are working also in that direction. They help us with a lot of information, and we are looking forward to expand this collaboration next year, 2021, to a higher horizon. And of course, we do hope that as we brainstorm, we'll get more ideas how we'll expand our project to a greater height. So we look forward to thanking the government of UK government and our community lottery funder and its affiliates and so on. So I just wish to give this last thanks for 2020 to them for having enabled this project to happen. So I will not end up this meeting without thanking them at least to let us force ahead successfully. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Have a fantastic new year. We meet in 2021 and continue with what we are doing.
I know. I do appreciate
it. Thank you, guys. Thank you all, and thank you for doing the hard work.
Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.